Hello, we're Andy, the maniacal cinephile, and today we're heading to 1313 Mockingbird Lane.
Andy, I think there's a homeless man in our basement.
Yeah, I'm your super best.
No, little buddy, that's Rob Zombie. He hasn't left since he crashed our House of a Thousand Corpses review.
If that's Rob Zombie, then why is he speaking gibberish?
Ging gang gown did you gown de lager raga.
Something about a dong?
Papa mau mau, papa mau, papa mau mau, papa mau, wow, wow.
The Munsters, written and directed by Rob Zombie, serves as a prequel, hence why Eddie Munster and Marilyn are missing.
They read the script and declined.
In some ways, Zombie is the perfect guy for the job. A lifelong fan of the show, Zombie chased this project for 20 years, since making House of a Thousand Corpses for Universal. Dragula, his biggest hit, is named after Grandpa Munster's dragster, and Zombie recorded a commentary track for the Blu-ray release of Munster Go Home with Butch Patrick.
Damn autocorrect keeps changing his name to Bitch Patrick.
In July 2021, Zombie posted the first look at the blueprints for the Munsters house in Budapest. As a fan of the show and the house, I'm glad he wanted that thing to be exact. Sadly, the original Munsters house on the Universal backlot has been remodeled so many times over the years, it doesn't look the same.
Like Khloe Kardashian.
Things looked promising when the teaser trailer hit. It was a black and white shot-for-shot remake of the original's title sequence. However, the full trailer was met with mixed to mostly negative reactions. It was in oversaturated color, the titles and transitions looked like they came out of iMovie, and the audio was horrible.
The rest of the world melted away as soon as you appeared in my life.
Online, fans wondered how did this cost $40 million and said, no wonder it's being dumped on Netflix. To which Zombie replied,
Fuck, I fucking wish I had that kind of fucking budget. If you fucking add up the fucking budgets of my last 5 fucking movies, it fucking wouldn't even equal 30 fucking million fucking dollars. Fucking yeah.
It's like producers know his movies are not profitable.
He added, this movie was never going to theaters. Or the cock. It was always being made for Netflix, and this was done way before he was ever involved.
Send! That ought to silence the haters.
For years, I've complained that Zombie has been making the same movie, full of violence, trashy characters, and over-the-top swearing. Every time he tries to do something new, like the Broad Street Bullies or Groucho, it gets canceled. Finally, here is something up Rob's alley that isn't rated R.
It's flippin' PG.
So let's see if Rob Zombie's The Munsters is a go-go or a no-no. Mad scientist Dr. Henry Wolfgang and his hunchbacked assistant, Floop, rob graves for body parts to build an experimental creation.
Hey, boss, there he is. What do you know? He's a zombie. Hey, true or false? I hear you guys eat brains.
Finally, a zombie in a Rob Zombie movie.
Now we know the story of Frankenstein, so we know Floop doesn't steal the correct brain, which the movie makes fun of.
And I do mean complete moron, would ever confuse these two men.
Instead, Floop accidentally steals the head of hacky comedian Shecky Von Rathbone instead of Shecky's smarty pants brother, Shelly. With Herman's dad jokes and fascination with showbiz, I can totally see him being a corny comedian in his former life.
He was eaten alive by a heckler.
Shot at a neat-looking power plant, Wolfgang gives life to his creation, which Floop names after his pet and the cheese. It is catchier than Project 27X67H54. Lily Grusella is your typical 150-year-old lovelorn vampire who's looking for the man of her nightmares until she lays eyes on Herman, a 7-foot-tall green experiment with a heart of gold.
I thought it was the heart of a country boy.
It's love at first fright as these two ghouls fall fangs over feet for each other.
Oh, he's adorable.
Here it's romantic, but when I take a lady to the sewer, it's kidnapping.
Unfortunately, it's not all smooth sailing in the cemetery, as Lily's father, the Count, has other plans for his beloved daughter's future.
Pumpkin! Do you want to rub Pumpkin's nose?
I do want to boop his nose.
Meanwhile, Lily's werewolf brother Lester is in debt to Zoya Krupp, one of the Count's ex-wives. Much like the show, Grandpa gets around.
That is very, very nice.
This all leads up to the wedding, where Zoya manipulates Lester into manipulating Herman into signing over the castle's deed.
On his honeymoon, Herman got screwed. Twice!
After seeing horror host Zombo on the TV, Herman decides they should move to America, where the events of the original TV series take place. Honestly, the plot is something I could see happening in an old episode of The Munsters. The problem is the execution.
True, there wasn't a single beheading.
No, Evil. I mean, I wish the Count and Herman butted heads a little more, so when they do click and plan schemes together, it's more meaningful. Even the subplot with Lester screwing them out of the castle isn't pushed far enough.
It falls as flat as Herman's head.
I know, it's a Munsters movie. The plot isn't going to be thought-provoking, but with a few tweaks, the relationships and stakes would have meant more.
Hey! Do you have any more carrots?
What? No! With the last name Zombie, why are you a vegetarian? I don't have any more food for you! Please! Go! John 5, you can stay.
For once, where is your wife?
Sherry Moon Zombie plays Lily, and her impression of Yvonne DiCarlo isn't bad. However, there's nothing here other than an okay impersonation. Her performance is very one note. I didn't care about her dating woes, and she doesn't fall in love with Herman in an interesting way. It's simply love at first sight. No work was needed, so it fails as a rom-com.
'Cause when you think Rob Zombie, you think rom-com. A rom-com.
Jeff Daniel Phillips is okay as Herman. I would have preferred Brad Garrett, but he's getting up there in age and isn't a zombie regular.
I'm home, Lily.
Jeff has the look, physicality, humor, and Herman laugh down. My only critique would be his voice. Fred Gwynn had a deep baritone voice, but would often speak like his grandmother as Herman.
I tell you, I just came in to see my little boy. Now you guys cut this out.
Jeff has a fairly deep voice, but spends half the movie shrieking.
Excuse me, sir, can you speak up?
Herman was born yesterday. Maybe he needs to hit puberty.
The standout is Daniel Roebuck as the Count.
But Andy, he didn't count. Not once.
Little buddy, that's from Sesame Street. It's hard not calling him Grandpa, but he's not a grandpa yet. Also, some people don't like the mustache, but I didn't mind it. In the book, Dracula had a mustache. Overall, Roebuck is the funniest, the most natural, and best embodies the original portrayal while making it his own.
Listen, there's no blood in this. I don't know, someone's playing a joke.
While the main characters are hit or miss, the secondary characters are perfect. Sylvester McCoy, the 7th Doctor Who, was cast as Igor, the Count's loyal servant, before being turned into a bat. Jorge Garcia was good as Floop, Dr. Wolfgang's assistant and Herman's buddy. I think Floop actually had one of the best bits.
I thought he was dead, but look, he's fine. Artie! Oh no, he's still fine. Tough little bugger.
Cassandra Peterson, aka Elvira, plays Mockingbird Heights real estate agent Barbara Carr. It's a departure from what she usually does, but she's always likable and funny. She still looks great, but if she weren't 71, I think I would rather see her play Lily.
Well, that wouldn't work. I'm not married to Cassandra.
Ever since 31, Richard Brake has impressed me. He's great as Transylvania's most popular mad scientist.
Eat my and kiss my rosy little...
Well, that's not very PG.
However, he also played Orlok and would make an excellent vampire. Let's see Robert Eggers put that in his remake of Nosferatu. While this is the first Munsters project to exclude Eddie Munster, the original actor, Butch Patrick, has a cameo as the Tin Can Man. Or in the credits, Tin Can Mant?
Damn autocorrect!
Pat Priest, who was the second actress to play Marilyn, has a cameo as the Transylvania Airlines announcer.
And welcome to Air Transylvania Flight 666.
Sadly, these voiceover cameos were the best Rob could do while shooting in Budapest during the pandemic.
The remaining monsters must be protected.
In fact, a lot of the cast had to play two parts due to traveling restrictions and quarantine.
Plus, by casting his wife, Rob Zombie gets 2 paychecks.
Hey, yeah!
Rob Zombie wanted to shoot in black and white, but read the room and knew that wasn't happening. Zombie noticed when the actors were in their makeup, they looked like colorful cartoon characters come to life and embraced the heightened color scheme. However, he did sneak some black and white scenes into the movie, like Herman's reveal and the ending homage. I don't mind it being in color because I can always turn it off on my TV. Most of the time, the color looks pretty good, especially during Herman's birth.
And other times, they're just throwing a green light on someone.
Hey, numbskull!
The movie actually leaked online weeks ago, and it's fascinating that so many people were eager to watch a movie they'll hate. Like bashing Rob Zombie is somehow going to drain him of his life force. Wait.
What's happening to my zombie powers? Yeah!
Oh my gourd. All the online hate from remaking Halloween and casting his wife has finally taken its toll.
He's gone from Super Beast to Subpar Beast.
Andy, I don't think Zombie can take another bad review.
Damn it. I'm gonna have to be nice.
What?
I'm gonna be nice.
What?
Bad screenwriter says what?
What?
A lot of people said this looked cheap, but I thought the set design and makeups were good. Everything had to be custom built, from the sets, the house, Mockingbird Lane, the props, and all of the beautiful costumes.
I need those pajamas.
The special effects were done by Wayne Toth, another zombie regular, and he really captured the look of the Universal Monster era. Rob Zombie wanted to make the Munsters for 20 years. Did he deliver? For the most part, yes. This feels like his love letter to the Munsters. There are lots of Easter eggs and references sprinkled throughout. For instance, when Herman yells,
Car 54, where are you?
it's a callback to the TV show of the same name, starring Fred Gwynne and Al Lewis.
Car 54, where are you?
Let's be real with our expectations. The Munsters was Leave It to Beaver with Universal Monsters. For once, Zombie finally showed restraint. There's no violence, trashy characters, swearing, or nauseating shaky cam. I wouldn't say I loved it. There are issues with the script, and some of the jokes don't land. Imagine if a writer or two from What We Do in the Shadows gave it some polish. However, it's not the dumpster fire people on social media are describing. It's not the worst thing Zombie has done, and it's not the worst version of the Munsters. There. That's all the positivity I got.
It's alive! It's alive!
I really need to start locking my doors. We've been Andy, the maniacal cinephile.
Thanks for liking and subscribing.
We'll see you next time!